Hello and welcome to a word of hope for the seventh Sunday of Ordinary Time, February 23rd. I'm Father Bob Keller. I'm at St. Catherine of Siena House here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We continue from the Gospel of Luke in terms of what Jesus has got to teach us, but there's an echo about all this in a couple of encyclicals that Pope Francis has written. One was Laudato Si, and more recently was Fratelli Tutti. In both of these, one of the points that the Pope is making is that do we see that all humans are part of one family? We're one species in many ways, but we're one family. And so this brings for us as Christians and the Christian call a way of looking at just everybody. And so in the gospel, is it not surprising then that Jesus says, you should love those more than just who love you. Do good to those who, more than just who do good to you, or to lend to those more than just who lend to you. In other words, he's expanding beyond what would be our normal, confraternity or gatherings together. And that's probably why we as Christians, we look at everybody as a brother and a sister. But it puts a tremendous stress on us because it'll happen that we have people that we don't like, or even what's hardest, enemies. And he asks us to love them. How we do that, of course, that's a very complicated thing, but we have that as the bar, the gospel bar, by which we measure our own lives. Even in the Old Testament reading today, David and Abishai are hiding in this cave, and Saul is there, who's been pursuing David, and they have the chance to kill him. David says no. He's not opportunistic about things. He's reverential for the chosen one at that point, King Saul. And this will be a mark of David. He respects life. He's going to have a lot of problems in his life, but he is true to God in terms of not taking life opportunistically. So here we are back to the wisdom of Jesus, and he calls us with grace. Oh my God, do we need the grace in order to be able to love even our enemy? But the gospel today ends with something that's important for me. You heard this before. Stop judging and you will not be judged. Stop condemning, you will not be condemned. How many times have I gone to confession because I'm finding myself doing those very things? But here's what is striking me as well. Stop judging. Firstly, stop judging myself, especially if it's in a negative way. Stop condemning. Stop condemning myself. And I will start finding that I don't lance out to other people with judgment or condemnation. So it's not the silver bullet that says it's perfect, but it is also a part of the whole being merciful, which we hear. Be merciful as your Father is merciful. So today, we're called to love God first of all, who has loved us first. And out of that great love of Christ Jesus, we love ourselves properly. That might be one of the harder things. Then to love a neighbor, it can happen. It will happen.